Hi, I'm Craig Thatcher here in the beautiful Martin Museum in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Today, our primary focus of this video is to discuss tonewoods and how they affect the sound an acoustic guitar makes. Before we begin, it's important to note that sound is really subjective. What I look for in a guitar can be radically different from what you look for. This is a D18 Sitka spruce top with a mahogany back and sides. Sitka spruce is articulate. It accentuates the tonewoods back and sides, will be warm and softer than, say, Adirondack. It is the most common for balanced tone. For live playing, it's important to keep that tone balanced with a Sitka top. Let's play this. Here we have an All-mahogany 015. Mahogany is softer, quieter, warm sounding. It responds well to the bare fingers. It's lower to medium volume, especially this particular size. It responds very well to the bare fingers. You don't have to dig in as much with your right hand to get a really nice tone. Let's play this and give you an example of what this sounds like. Here we have the CEO7 with an Adirondack spruce top. Adirondack spruce is very stiff. The more you dig in, the louder it will get. If you're playing a lot of leads, Addy tops are very responsive. They really cut through, particularly with a heavy flat pick. They do provide the most attack. When miking a top in the studio, an Addy top is perfect. Flat picking goes so well with an Addy top. Let's play this one. Here we have a D28 Modern Deluxe with VTS Sitka spruce top. VTS is Martin's vintage tone system. It's a process that ages the wood to give it a vintage guitar sound. In other words, you can wait 20 years for a vintage Martin tone for the guitar to open up, or you can get a guitar with a VTS top to get that vintage opened up tone in a brand new guitar. Let's hear how this D28 VTS top sounds. Let's take a look at a 00018 and a 00028, Mahogany versus Rosewood. Here we have a 00018. 000 is the body size. The number 18 refers to the appointments as well as the tone woods for the back and sides. 18 means mahogany back and sides. And this guitar has a Sitka spruce top, so it's mahogany back and sides, Sitka spruce top. A lot of projection and clarity. When playing leads, this guitar will cut right through the mix. You really hear that very clear. Professional musicians love the articulation of mahogany and spruce because of the fact that it does cut through the mix so well. Often musicians will record with mahogany body guitars, though they may play a rosewood body live. Those balanced tones really come through well and record well in the studio. Let's play the 0018. This is a 0028. Again, 000 referring to the size, but now the number 28 refers to the appointments and also the fact that this is a rosewood bodied guitar. The back and sides are rosewood. There's a lot of resonance. You'll hear the lower frequencies a little more stronger than you do with a mahogany body guitar. I always say you need both a mahogany and a rosewood guitar in your arsenal. Different applications. Many musicians, again, use rosewood guitars for live shows, but sometimes those low frequencies can tend to be a little boomy sounding in the studio, so you have to dial out those frequencies. But in a live playing situation, the rosewood really helps to fill out the room. Let's play this 0028. Now let's talk about body size and shape and how those features affect the overall guitar tone. We're going to play the same chord progression on a 00, a 000, and a dreadnought. And you can judge for yourself what the differences are. Let's play these. While the wood tones are consistent, I hope you heard the way each shape changed the bass and the volume. Now let's move on to other factors that affect tone. I'm back holding the Martin D28. The environment can make a big difference in the sound of the guitar. The size of the room you play in and the acoustics of that room may determine which guitar you choose for that gig. Also, how your guitar is mic'd or plugged in makes a big difference in the sound. If you're playing acoustic unplugged, you'll want a guitar that projects and is loud on its own. Let's take bluegrass players, for instance. A bluegrass guitar player wants a dreadnought guitar with either rosewood back and sides or mahogany back and sides with an Adirondack spruce top because they don't plug in. They're not going to use a built-in pickup. They use the microphones. So they want a guitar that's really going to project and be loud, naturally loud. Conversely, in a solo coffee house situation with fingerstyle guitar, The player may want a smaller body. I know I prefer a tripolo size guitar in that situation because of the way it responds to the fingers and the overall tone for the room. It won't be as heavy in the bass and more balanced in tone. I will use a pickup often in that situation because it gives me the freedom. I don't have to be anchored to that microphone. Strings are a big consideration. The type of string, the material used to make the string, the gauge of the strings. For example, phosphor bronze versus 80-20 versus the retro strings, which are Monel steel. These all change the sound drastically because they have completely different tones. Martin guitar carefully considers each string gauge that goes on every guitar that's shipped out of the factory. For instance, the smaller bodies are going to use a light gauge string. The dreadnoughts are going to use medium strings. They come with medium gauge strings. This is something that you will want to experiment with to find both the gauge and the type of string that you want to use on your Martin guitar. There's so much more. We could get much, much deeper, but this is just giving you a baseline to start with. You can certainly learn a whole lot more about guitars, models, tonewoods by visiting martinguitar.com. Thanks.